Yes, they are.
Everybody's being baby. Nobody wants to. You get the same 24 hours everybody else get. Yes, your life probably was harder, but everybody got a sad story. Everybody got a sob story. Everybody.
Yeah.
You gonna allow that story, what you went through, to keep you from being all that God called you to be?
Right.
You gonna let that keep you from having God's best because you want to be comfortable, because you've been comfortable all your life, because your mama was comfortable, your daddy was comfortable, your grandma was comfortable, all your friends comfortable.
What's up, family? You are now tuned in to another episode of the Load Up Podcast, man. And I'm so excited, as always, to be here shooting this podcast, man, because God called us to do this thing, man. I got my lovely, beautiful, smart, intelligent wife here, Miss Cortne V, my co-host.
Ooh.
How you doing?
I'm good.
You
know how
good?
to talk me up, don't it? Every single time. I be waiting on it.
Man, you know what? I feel good.
Yeah. You look good.
Look good, thank you. You look good too. So we've been in that gym, and we've been eating better. We've been doing better, you know. And I love to look back at the videos, you know, and see the journey, see how we look, see how we was talking, see our language, our different conversations and episodes, man. So we 2024, this episode like 24, 23 or something like that, man. So we being consistent with it, and I'm excited about that, man. You know, whatever it is in your life, be consistent with it. I know we like to get things fast, of course, right? We want it to start Monday. We want to be working by Friday, right? But it always don't work like that, right? It's a process with everything. But I'm so excited that our channel is growing, that our views are growing. Like, share, subscribe. Braxton, make sure you put that at the bottom. All right, cool. Like, share, subscribe to the channel, man, so we continue to grow. We're trying to get these 500 subscribers. We had like 446, right? Yeah. So we got a few to go.
Yeah, I know we talk about all the time. Although we are looking for subscribers, the numbers are good, but I think for me it's the impact.
Oh yeah.
That, you know, when we're out, you know, and people tell us, "Hey, I listen to your podcast." People that we don't necessarily know, we probably seen them before, but just to hear them say that they listen to something that we've said, how something we've said has helped them. Right. I think for me, that's really the most important part. I mean, yeah, I want the subscribers so we can kind of, you know, start monetizing the page, but I think ultimately we do it for the impact and the influence. So.
Right. We definitely do, because this is what God called us to do. You know, this is something we was called to do, just something we're passionate about. So I'm glad that we're able to reach people that we know and that we don't know. Yeah. You know?
It's bigger than us.
Yes, it's way bigger than us. But if you've been watching and you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that button right now. Man, this year going by, right? We already in March. How you feeling in March? January, February, March. How these 3 months been going for you so far?
Yeah, this first quarter is no, it's good. I know when we did our January episode, we were talking about how, well, I know I said that I didn't necessarily have any, no, we both said that we didn't necessarily have any goals that we were kind of like just persistent on, like we gotta have this happen. We're kind of in a season right now where we're just like, God, just, you know, do what you do.
Right.
You know, of course, it's good to still have a plan, you know, but I think for like the past maybe 3 years, every new year, I went in saying that I need this to happen. This is the goal I need, instead of just enjoying just the season now. And it could just be that the season has just shifted to where now I'm really, really content and at peace. Or it could just be like, I didn't really trust God like I thought I did. You know, I had somebody ask me like, you know, when you were working, shoot, you know, you were good while you had money coming in. But were you trusting God or were you trusting that check? And that kind of made me think about it, like, dang, like what really, like ultimately I believe God, I trust God, but when stuff hit the fan,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It touched your face for real.
For sure.
And I'm just enjoying this first quarter. It's really just been. It's been cool. Like I haven't been like all over the place like I usually start the year. Like it don't matter sometimes how much you playing, how many goals you're still just in this frenzy. Like I need this to happen,
Right.
but I've just been so calm and no, I'm excited for the year. Still for the year.
Yeah. It's gonna be 5 years married this year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's big, you know. There's a lot of people that don't make it that far.
Yeah.
You know. And we've about to celebrate 5 years.
5
and
years.
to know where we been and you know, to see us now, it just makes my heart smile that we put the work in.
The number of grace and favor.
Yes. And thank you just for being a lovely wife, you know, allowing me to grow, allowing me grace. And I thank you for just the opportunity to be here with you, you know, and to just love on you and to learn you, to watch you grow from when we first met to now, this entrepreneur, you know, that's getting things done. I mean, if she got an idea, she did the next day. I come back from work. She like, it's done. I got this. I'm about to do this, and I'm like, I love to see you flowing, you know, in your purpose and in your passion and living out your dream. So celebrating 5 years, man, it's such a big accomplishment, and I want to celebrate 50 more years, you know, with you. And that kind of just leads me to a place to just say, I feel like we can't continue to settle for things that we don't deserve. You know, we can't continue to settle for things that we don't deserve. You know, we deserve more in this life.
Yeah.
When it first starts in the mindset, if you don't believe that you deserve more, if you don't can see that your life is worth more, that God loves you so much that he wants you to have more things, that he wants you to go more places, that he wants you to impact more people, inspire more people, then we got to change your mindset. In the beginning, I don't know if men feel like this or women feel like this, but in the beginning, I felt that I didn't like deserve you. Right? I felt like I wasn't up to your standard, but you gave me a chance, right? And but what I did do in that season, I started to work on myself. I started to work on my mind. I started to work on things that I knew that I could change, my flaws, right? I'm still a flawed person, by all means, you can ask her. But I've worked on my flaws more to where I got to a point and I was like, okay, now I feel that I'm worthy and that I actually do deserve you and that you're not settling for me or I'm not settling for you. You know, I feel like we are now really joined together in this thing, right? So can you talk about not settling in this in this world, you know what I mean, in your life? You know, how you feel like you deserve more, you go out there and get more, you know, you believe that you should have more, and you should go out there and get more. How were some things, or what were some things that you did to kind of get over a hump in your life when you was like, oh, I feel like I don't deserve to be an entrepreneur. I can't settle at this job. Like I know I'm settling here at Social Security, and I know I should be over here. Like, how were you able to shift your mind? And maybe we can help some people, you know, shift their mind from being in the hood or making $20,000-$30,000 a year to now making at least $50,000-$60,000 a year. Living in the projects to living in a house, you know, driving a hoopty to driving a reliable car. How can we get people to shift their mindset from where they are now to where they really want to be?
The first thing I would say is really understanding, and it's going to sound like a cliche, but this is something that changed my life. Understanding who you are and whose you are.
Mm-hmm.
When you understand who you are, and that may come later on down the line, because a lot of times we feel that we're what our family said or we're what we were taught. And I know, just from our relationship, I've learned that just because I was taught something, that doesn't mean it was right. Or just because you were taught a certain way, that doesn't make it right. So a lot of times when we're trying to figure out who we are, we look at those around us and the environment that we grew up in. But sometimes we just have to take a step back and really understand, like, aside from grandma, aside from my mama, aside from school, aside from my degrees, my job, like, who really is this person that I look at every day, that I should spend the most time with every day? And then whose you are, I think is so important that when you believe in God, the way that you see God, that's the way that you accept him and what happens to you. So just say, for instance, if you see God as just, a provider, then you won't be able to accept him as the comforter, or you won't be able to accept him as, the father that you never had. If your father wasn't there for you, then you won't necessarily be able to accept God as a father because you don't know what an earthly father feels like,
Right.
So I think it's really understanding who God is to you, not necessarily what, you grew up feeling he was or thinking he was, or your family told you he was to you. Really getting to a point of your own relationship with him where you understand, like, I've seen God be a healer in my life. I've seen God, be a provider for me. I've seen God, be literally a father for me. In times where, friends were scarce, he's been a friend. Like, you have to get to a point where you understand those two things first, who you are and whose you are, because when you understand who you are, then you will understand that you can't accept nothing less than God's best. So the way that I got there literally was just increasing my relationship with God first. Like, I know a lot of people say, like, I don't know who I am yet, or I thought I knew who I was in this season. I don't really know who I am in this season. But what I feel that, and I know I keep sharing with you, like, God got me kind of in an interesting season, and it's not a bad thing. He's just really pruning me and kind of pruning some things in me, trying to get those roots up so that I continue to grow for my next level. So I think once you get to a point where you're really accepting who God is in your life and honing in on that, then you won't accept anything less. You won't, accept bare minimum mediocrity, because I deserve God's best. God's best is for me. I know who he said I am. I know what he says that I am in his word. I know what he tells me, what I see,
So you're saying that if somebody right now that they don't know who they are right now, they are lost, they can pick up the Bible and they can find themselves in the Word.
For sure.
For sure.
For sure. You absolutely can. And I honestly would just start with, you can start with plans, like Bible plans, because as we
Bible
always...
plans be good.
They do.
I like
and they give you scripture, where you can go back and then you can go back and read more scripture just so you can kind of understand and, put context with it. But I think what happens is we don't really understand who we are because we ain't read about it. We don't understand who we are because we haven't taken the time to even see, hey, what does God even say about me? And if you don't even know what God says about you, the creator of you, the creator of everything, then you're going to accept anything because you don't know. You don't know what to accept because you don't know what's yours and what belongs to you.
Ooh, that's good. Somebody need to hear that for sure. And so I can remember when I was in that season, I was lost, right? And I remember I had nothing to lean on but the Word. Like, it was just to a fact. It was like my mama can't help me, my daddy can't help me, can't nobody help me. So the only thing I had was the Bible. And I remember picking that Bible up, going to the kitchen table and reading it. And I was just opened up the book, and I was just laying in the chapter on the verse, and it was like it was for me, you know. And so some people right now you're watching, or you know somebody that's in this season right now, and they're lost, right? They need some help. Right, they need some help just knowing who they are, because they're just settling for anything, right? They're just wild and they just all over the place, right? I would encourage you to pick up that word, man. I encourage you to pick up the Bible. Get Bible plans, like she said.
Yeah.
It's free. Download it on your phone. Download the app and just read it every day, right? Start there, because, like you said, how are you going to know who you are when you don't even study who made you? You know, so we have to study God, and we have to understand how big God is, and how powerful He is, and how He's made everything. Literally everything, right? So we have to go to the source.
Yeah.
Right? And God is the source. The Bible is the source. No matter, and we live in a time now where people are trying to just throw the Bible under the bus, and throw spirituality, or under the bus, and they trying to make you worship these crystals and all these other things, right? Like, no, we're talking about the real living God, that sits high and looks low, and that knows us better than we know ourselves, So picking up that Bible, man, and I feel my life started to change, and my life started really to change when I got by myself in isolation, right? When I didn't have nobody around, it was just me and God. And I really had to work on myself. Like, I really had to understand what I want out of life. Like, because I knew where I was at that time was not what I wanted. It was not enough for me, and so sometimes in the inside, you have to realize that, like, come on, I'm not doing right. Like, you inside, you're not doing right. Inside, you deserve more, but it's like people just kind of keep slipping back into that world of being comfortable. So being comfortable, how can that hurt you? Staying in that comfortable state.
Well, we always hear that, nothing grows from comfort zones. Wow. If you look at nature, if you look at animals, if you look at, like, literally anything that grows, it has to get uncomfortable. So if God created nature, trees, plants, butterflies, that's literally, like, so symbolic to me. But if birds, everything, like, if you really take a look at everything that God created, and not just humans, if you literally look at nature and, water, and literally just anything that we come in contact with, anything that has to grow, has to get uncomfortable. And I think if you look at it like that, in order for me to grow, I have to go through something.
Yeah.
And everything is not going to feel good. Everything is not going to, I'm not going to like everything. Right. But in the end, I feel that, or I know that it'll end up working out for me. So, like, even if you think about growing up, we were growing up as kids. And a lot of things that our parents told us to do, not to do, made us do, we didn't necessarily want to do it right then because it made us uncomfortable. We thought we would do other things, or we wanted to do our own way, or and when you look at, like, I look at now how my mom would, call if I was going with someone or going with some of my friends, she'll have to talk to their mama, or if I wanted to go out, she'd be like, you ain't going out every weekend, you're going to choose your weekends this week, And I appreciate that. The more I grew up, the older I got, I appreciated that, because although it was uncomfortable for me in that moment, it protected me.
Right.
It protected me. So if you look at being uncomfortable as protection, as growth, as character building, as faith building, then you won't want to be comfortable. And no matter how much being comfortable feels, or no matter how how much being comfortable feels. If you don't get uncomfortable, you will stay mediocre. You won't be able to grow no matter how much you say out of your mouth, I'm ready to grow, or I deserve better. What did you do to get out of your comfort level today?
Yeah, it's about taking those steps, huh?
What did you do?
Yeah,
Are you still comfortable?
yeah.
Okay, you need to figure out something, one way to get uncomfortable, one thing that scares you to do.
Right.
Like with me, I know when starting with my business and growing business, I knew that I wanted to make a certain amount a month.
Right.
And for me, it's uncomfortable to have to send emails and rework these systems and do all this stuff. That's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But I knew what I wanted.
Right.
It's scary for me to even fathom that I could even make this amount of money in business, because I know, people in my family haven't made it. They may not even believe that it's possible.
Yeah.
So that's scary to me because I'm doing it blindly, So, but what if I stayed right there? What if
Stayed at
I
Social
didn't?
Security. What if you stayed there?
What if I? And don't get me wrong, because I was gonna say, now I want to stay there. It's just I just ain't never want to do the work and have no career job, so I want to stay there. But what I'm saying is, the thing that scares you and makes you most uncomfortable is the thing that will prompt your growth. That's the thing that will prompt growth. And what happens is, we don't want to be hurt. We don't want to suffer. We don't want to go through anything. Now, these days anyway, nobody wants to go through anything. No one wants to.
No pain, no struggle.
None of that. like it's like now we're at a point where we literally want everything given to us. We don't want to read nothing.
No.
Like, you just want everybody to
Yeah.
tell you everything. You don't want to work for nothing.
You want done for you products already,
It's
you know?
crazy. Like, you don't want to. And I've learned that the things that I work for the most, and the things I put the most work in, like you really see who you are. It really shows you who you are, because now I know I can do this. Now I know I can show somebody else how to do this. But the more that we sit here and we're just like, ooh, what bothers me the most, that
Talk about it. Talk about it.
So it's a meme that's going around. And it'd be like, I just want to be a stay-at-home. Not a stay-at-home mom, not a stay-at-home wife, just stay at home. But it's in the same mouth, same sentence, you come back out and say you want to make this amount of money. How?
How? Yeah.
You have to work, some kind of do something. It don't just fall in your lap.
Yeah.
Whether it's money that you want, whether it's peace that you want, whether it's wisdom, whether it's not, whatever it is, you have to work some kind of way for it. It's gonna cost you something.
Ooh. Are you
All of
willing
it
to pay the
costs
cost?
something.
Right.
So if you're in a place where you just want to be comfortable, then you ain't gonna pay nothing, and then that's why you gonna get mediocrity. But if you're at a place where I am willing, whatever it costs,
You willing to pay.
I'm willing to pay it.
So
That's when you grow. That's
live
when
the
I
life
get more.
that you want, that you deserve.
That's it.
Right.
But everybody's being baby.
Yes, they are.
Everybody's being baby. Nobody wants to. You get the same 24 hours everybody else get. Yes, your life probably was harder, but everybody got a sad story. Everybody got a sob story. Everybody.
Yeah.
You gonna allow that story, what you went through, to keep you from being all that God called you to be?
Right.
You gonna let that keep you from having God's best because you want to be comfortable, because you've been comfortable all your life, because your mama was comfortable, your daddy was comfortable, your grandma was comfortable, all your friends comfortable. You brought it up. I'm just saying.
You need to be looking in that camera right there so you can tell them, so that they can feel it.
Shoot, I'm just saying.
Ma'am,
everybody comfortable around you.
Yeah. Somebody got to get uncomfortable, right? Man, so one thing I did starting this year, that made me uncomfortable was waking up at 5:30 a.m. to go to the gym before I go to work. Oh, man.
You've been doing it, babe.
Uncomfortable, right? And so it starts the day before, the night before. You know why? Because I got to go to sleep at 9, 10 o'clock so I can have enough rest to even want to get up at 5:30 and go to the gym.
Yeah.
Right? And so just waking up at that time, it's uncomfortable. And sometimes, some days, I lay there for about 2 minutes and I be like, man, I don't want to go. But then I think about my health. I think about the way I want to look. I think about showing my wife that I can push through, if something that I don't want to do, I can push through and make myself do it and get up and get the results that I want, right? So I'm thinking about those things. So those 2 minutes go by and I'm just like, Lord, I don't feel like it, but I'm gonna get up. And now I'm starting to see the results of getting up at 5:30. A lot of people too don't want to have a routine. I feel like a lot of people just want to just be free, right? But it's power in routine.
Yeah.
It's power in knowing that you're going to sleep every day at 9, 10 o'clock, waking up at 5:30. You going to the gym, you eating right, you working on your business, you working on your life, you working on your stuff, and then you wake up and do it all over and over and over again. It's power in that. You start to see yourself change, and like you said, you start to see what you're really made of. A lot of people, they never know how good they can be because they never put themselves in an uncomfortable position.
That's good.
So you never know if you can wake up at 5:30 in the morning if you never try to wake up at 5:30. I understand that everybody's not a morning person. My wife, she's not a morning person.
Baby.
So I'm not going to, I know that she's not going to wake up at 5:30 like me and go to the gym. But my only goal is to wake her up and we both go to the gym at least 3 days a week, right? And when I get her in the gym, I know that, okay, let me try to push her just a little bit more. Do one more round. Do 2 more minutes on the Stairmaster. And then we can start the growth from there. But if you never want to go to the gym, then you can never be uncomfortable. You never get uncomfortable and you can never see how powerful that you really are, right? We serve a powerful God, so therefore we're powerful. And I want to mature to that mindset that I say, man, I serve a God that's mighty, that's powerful, and he made me. And so I have those same traits inside of me, right? You have those same traits inside of you, but we have to get uncomfortable and tap into those things. And once you tap into your power, once you tap into being more mature, making better decisions. A lot of us just making bad decisions when you know you don't need another credit card, right? When you don't need another child, right? When you don't need another thing that's going to keep you in bondage, right? We're trying to be free. We're not trying to live in bondage for the next 40 years like the Israelites did. The Israelites, man, we reading the Bible and we studying that. And those people, man, God came through for them so many times. And time again, they turned their back on God. And God is just like, I'm done. Like, I keep showing y'all that I'm here for you. I keep showing you that I'm powerful, that I can do anything. I split the waters for y'all. And y'all can walk on dry land and y'all still go serve other gods. And I think that's what people they're living in today. God keep blessing them, keep showing up for them, keep coming through for them. And they still don't trust God enough to serve him and give him your whole life. You still want to go and be in the clubs. You still want to go and serve these other gods. And it's like, God is just like, hey, I'm here. I've showed you time and time again that I'm here and that I'm for you and that I work miracles here for you. But you just don't want to give me the credit. And it's like, guys, we as a black culture, it hurts me to see the state that we're in right now. It hurts me to see, men pinned against women, and we and it's just this constant battle of men and women. It's constant battle of how much he should make. Did you see the post? I don't think we talked about it, but I saw the post where a guy took a girl on a date and took her to a basketball game. Did you see that?
That was fake. I don't believe that was real.
You don't
But
believe it was real.
I don't. I think
But-
she just wanted to make it to the shade room. But yes, I saw that.
And people doing stuff for social media. It's getting out of hand, right?
For sure.
But I take you on a date. Let's just put me and you. I take you on a date, take you to a basketball game, and we send her up like she was. How you feel about it?
I mean, because how I feel about sitting up so far?
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't bought a ticket. At least I'm at the game.
At least I'm
But
at the
no.
game.
I mean,
But I saw that he took her out some more places, like they went to dinner, they did the whole nine, then they went to the basketball game, and she was tripping over the seat. Like,
who cares though? Like, first of all, buy your own ticket. If you want to sit low, buy it.
yeah. But nah, the
This
man's
man
supposed to
took
buy
you.
everything.
This man, exactly, like, it's crazy. This man took you on a date. You knew you were going to the game. You
Right.
thought you was finna sit courtside?
She thought she was.
Oh. Did you buy a courtside ticket? This was a date. Y'all not even
The
together.
date, right.
So,
Are the expectations too
I
high
was just finna say,
on just a date?
we just give expectations to... You have expectations for everything and everybody else but yourself.
Say that again. Look at the say it again.
We have expectations for everybody and everything else except ourselves.
That's good. We do.
You don't put these same expectations on your own life and on your own self
Mm.
and on your own mindset and on your own skill set. You don't put these same expectations. You don't apply them to your life.
Mm.
But you expect for other people to do for you what you don't even do for yourself. What you don't want to do for yourself, you want
That's
other people to
good.
do that.
That's good.
And I'm not even just talking about dating. I'm talking about period.
Period. Yeah.
You expect for other people to desire you and, make you feel like you're on top of the world. But you don't desire yourself. You don't care for yourself, care about yourself. And how I know that you don't is because of the people that you allow to be around you, because of the people that you date, because of the things that you accept from other people, from your job, from life. I know people say, well, I just play the hand I'm dealt. No.
No.
You don't
Yeah.
just play the hand that you're dealt. You get a chance to go back to the deck and pull again.
Mm.
And you keep pulling and you until you get a book. Until you get a book, until you're able to lay that book down on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Because now I've won the game.
Mm-hmm.
But because we have expectations for other people and not ourselves, we don't apply that same pressure to us. And until you start applying that same pressure to you, you're not going to see a change. You're not going to see a difference. You're going to continue to live for social media, make these posts for social media, because that gives you this high and allows you to escape the reality of you don't care about you for real.
Mm-hmm.
And I know this because of what you accept, what you do, what you don't do.
Mm-hmm.
So all of this, I don't want to go this place, I don't want to do this, or I ain't going to accept this from a date. It's something inside of you that is seeking some kind of validation that don't even matter anyway. It's a restaurant. It's a basketball game.
Right.
It's a freaking purse.
Right.
Who cares?
Right.
All of that is more valuable than who the person is, how he treats you,
Right.
what you accept.
Right.
It's
So you
this
said a good
community,
thing.
bro.
You said a powerful thing. Apply pressure to yourself. This year, apply pressure to yourself. Apply pressure to your life.
Yeah.
Don't worry about who else applying pressure to your life.
Yes.
No, you apply pressure to your own life. You make yourself get up and read the Bible. You make yourself get up and read a book. You make yourself save. You make yourself get around better people. You apply the pressure to yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
And stop getting mad at people because they call out the problems in you. Because they call out the problems in
Talk about it.
And what people get mad at me all the time and I don't care. Because I see so much in you and I want more for you.
Right.
So I'm gonna call it out.
Right.
You don't trust God for real.
Yeah.
Hey, that ain't right. Like, you don't have no faith in this area. That's why you ain't seeing no fruit in that area. People get mad about that, and it's
Yeah.
not necessarily like I'm not talking down on you or trying to kick you or anything, but I just know that when you trust and you really believe, you gonna see that fruit in that area.
Yeah.
When you really trust God for real, and not just from what somebody said or what you heard on even what you heard on the podcast. Like when you trust Him for you, we can sit up here and tell y'all all day to trust God, to have faith in God, to understand your foundation, to read the Bible. We can tell you that all day, but until you get that relationship and you understand, exactly like what God has said to you and called you to, all the other stuff, it's not gonna matter. But if you keep getting mad every time somebody try to tell you what's going on or try to help you, because every time I talk to somebody, baby, I'm asking, hey, you dropped the products yet? Hey.
Yeah, you applying that pressure.
You applying that pressure? Hey.
Yeah.
Start on that website yet? Hey.
Yeah. And people need friends like that.
Hey, you applied for that job? Hey, you went to your manager and asked him for an increase?
People need friends
and then
like that.
you get mad at me.
Yeah.
How you get mad at me? Because I asked
you want
did
better.
you go to your job or your manager and ask him or her, did they look at your increase request? You deserve that. What they gonna say? No? Okay. Well, you apply for you another job where they respect you and want to pay you what you owe, what you do.
So people don't believe. They not believing that they deserve more.
Yeah.
Right? So
That's first.
You don't believe that you deserve a increase in your job. You don't believe that you should be doing something else, that you should live in a better living conditions.
Yeah.
You don't deserve to live in the projects. No, they just told you that's where you should live. No, you don't deserve that. You deserve to live in a nice, clean community.
Yes.
with nice food options, not in a food desert. Right? You deserve to be healthy. You deserve to go outside and walk and go to the gym and work out. You deserve to do that. You deserve to be healthy. But you don't deserve diabetes, high blood pressure, and cancer. Stop. And we get these things. We get high blood pressure, diabetes, all these things from the decisions that we make on a daily basis. Mm-hmm. You are making these decisions to eat these things, knowing that it causes these types of results. You got to change your mindset right there. Hey, if I know if I eat 12 cookies, I may become fat or out of shape, right? So you have to make that. You have to make that decision and say, hey, instead of cookies, I'm gonna get fruit. I'm gonna get an apple. Yes, it's hard to make that decision. Yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, it don't taste as good. It may not be as fulfilling to you or whatever the case may be. But we know in the long run, the apple is going to be better for you than the cookies.
Yeah.
And we have to get to a point where we're just making better choices.
Yeah.
Because if we made better choices in our lives, we will be in better places.
Yeah.
And like you said, you'll see the actual fruit of your life. And people are not seeing the fruit because they keep putting bad decision in good ground and they expect to get fruit from it.
Say it again.
People are putting bad decisions in good ground, expecting to get good fruit from it. And it's never gonna happen. If you put a bad seed in the ground, it's not gonna produce that fruit that you want. It's not gonna happen. But if you put a good decision, a good seed in the ground, you're gonna produce the fruit that you want to see in your life.
Yeah.
And all we want people to understand is you deserve to have a better life.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, you get mad when somebody tells you, hey, you deserve better. Hey, it's better out there for you.
You don't want to hear that.
And you said, no, you believe it's not what my life, this is what I deserve.
Yeah.
I deserve to eat like this, to eat bad foods. I deserve to live in this position. I deserve to have all these kids and live on welfare. That's just my life. That's the cards that was dealt to me. But no, You serve. You should serve a God, but there is a God. If you don't know, there is a God that's all powerful, that's all knowing, and that is merciful, and that's graceful, and that He's forgiving, and that if you come back to Him, He will change your life. And I know that for a fact because He changed mine, He changed hers, and He changed people that surround us that we know. And so we. This whole episode is just saying that you deserve more.
Yeah.
You deserve better.
We didn't have no. When we were talking about we this whole week, we kept saying, "What are we gonna talk about on the podcast? What are we gonna talk about on the podcast?" And we're always having conversations with each other,
right,
about different things that come up and how we feel about certain things. And it's so funny because we'll be talking about something and we'll go to church and then we like, "No, how she know what we talking about?"
Yeah.
And this same episode, we literally was just like, let's just have a conversation.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about it. Yeah. Like, we feel that, and how we know this, we see it around us. Mm-hmm. With you being a firefighter, I know you see how people settle for anything. And we see it on social media. We see it on our own timeline from people in our community. You settle for anything. Mm-hmm. Anything. And it's crazy because we're asking for 500 subscribers and we're putting out this kind of information. People don't want to hear this.
Yeah.
You want to talk about why the men going 50-50 or men and women going 50-50, or you want to talk about the doggone courtside, nosebleed seats, BBLs, all this. None of that matters.
None of it matters.
None of that matters if you already don't even live up to what you are called to. You are called to abundance. Abundance is your birthright. You are made in the image of God. Mm-hmm. Nothing is impossible for you. Mm-hmm. Like, every good and perfect thing comes from God. Mm-hmm. No good thing shall be withheld from you. Like we don't know this because we ain't read it.
We ain't read it, yeah.
And sometimes, even if we read it, we don't believe it.
We don't believe it, yeah.
So, what is something you would tell people that, because it's somebody that's listening, they like, hey, I done heard this all my life. Hey, I read it, I still ain't, I just don't feel it. What's something that you would tell people that they can literally start doing today to help start shifting their mindset so that they can start living an abundant life? That's a question I'd ask you on the spot.
That's good. Delete social media for 30 days. Don't get on there.
Oh, they just logged off.
Delete Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube. Delete all of it for 30 days.
YouTube too?
YouTube too.
Okay.
Delete all of it. If you really trying to change your life, you will take drastic measures to do it. Don't matter what it is.
Okay.
Because right now you're in a state where you need to really find out who you are.
Yeah.
You need to find out what's really inside of you. You need to find out what you are really made of. Right now you're just comparing and you're grabbing things from social media and trying to piece together, oh, I want to be this person, I'm this person, I could be this person. And you're trying to put it all together. And you're trying to become that. But if you don't have those things around, if you don't have no apps around, and it's just you and God, download the Bible app. Download the Bible app and delete all the social media apps and lock in right there. And that's what that can be the beginning of a new you. And once you start waking up every day and it's just you and it's just God and it's just your family, it's just your, your friends, it's just your people that's around you, and you start to see, okay, this is who I really am.
Yeah.
This is what I'm really capable of doing. I'm really capable of waking up this early and reading my Bible and meditating before work and doing these things and working out and eating better. I'm okay. I think I can. Okay, day 2, day 3. by 30 days, you're gonna be saying, okay, I can look at Facebook now and not get disturbed or not compromise who I really am because I'm trying to fit into what's on Facebook or what's on Instagram, right? So I would start right there. Delete everything, delete every app, and just lock in with yourself.
Yeah.
Because you'll be surprised if you take your phone and you look at how much time you spend on these apps. That alone should tell you where you spending all your time at.
Yeah.
So if you can take your time back from these apps and put it into yourself and with God and your family, you'll see a change.
I love it.
You'll see a real change. And we're going to clip this up and we're going to put this on social media.
Telling people to get off.
Tell them to get off. Tell them to delete the app so that you can be a better you.
No, for real.
We want people, if they ask all the time, what's going to change the culture, the black culture, right?
Yeah.
It's going to take individuals doing their part.
Yeah. You got to change you.
Got to change you.
Yeah.
Before you can change the whole community.
Yeah.
It's going to take each family doing their part. Once each family does their part, as a whole, the black people would be well off. And we hear the stats that's saying 2030 or 2050, black the black community wealth is going to be zero as a whole. Of course we know that you may have more, they may have more, they may have 1 million, she may have 1 million, he may have 2 million, but as a whole, as a black whole community, when they put up all the numbers and they add them all up, it's going to be zero. Because as a whole, we're not together.
Yeah.
And as a whole, we're not generating enough money. As a whole. So how can we do better? One, watch where you're spending your money at. Black people are the number one consumer in the United States. We know that. We spend trillions of dollars with everybody else, right? Or we spend trillions of dollars every year. We know that. First thing that we can do is start watching where we spend our money at.
Oh, yeah.
But we got to get out the mindset of material things make me. Black people have a choke. Material things got a chokehold on black people. We gotta have the newest. We gotta have the latest. We gotta have the flyers. We gotta have it. Once we can break that mindset, and we watch where we spend our money at, and we started to save it, we started to invest it, we started to put it in different accounts, we started to start businesses, we start to just watch how we spend our money, then we can start to see a change too. And I hate that so much that we put everything, we put our lives, we put our money, we put everything into materialistic things. Yeah. Because we want to be seen, we want to be valued, we want to make it seem like we're the guy, we're the girl. And it's like once we can get past these BBLs and these lace fronts and these chains and these clothes, like once we can get past all that and we just understand what God want us to do with our money, what God want us to do with our lives, then our lives will start to change. But right now we too worried about BBLs and lace fronts and, chains and the one that bothers me the most is if I take you out and you got 2 of your girlfriends with you, I'm supposed to pay for all of y'all. Where they do that at? How did I all of a sudden become responsible for the other 2 people?
Yeah. I don't know.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
But do you take your man out to pay for his 2 friends too? Oh, okay. Expectations. Unrealistic expectations.
I don't care how much money I got, baby girl. I ain't paying for your 2 friends. I pay for you because I bought you out. I asked you out. You bought them too. I didn't bring them to. Now you want me to pay for them too? Now I'm a broke guy because I don't want to pay for them?
Yes,
No,
y'all,
you
yes, y'all
broke
are
because you
dating.
want me to pay for you.
And y'all dating. Y'all ain't even they love to say, we ain't in a relationship, though. We're not in a relationship. I'm just dating. Okay.
Okay.
Well, you want me to date you and your friends?
And your friends and pay for them. That's crazy.
It's insane,
That
man.
is crazy. So, guys, we
world.
got to do better in this, in all areas of our lives right now. Speaking for me, speaking on myself, we're not bashing. We're not doing, we're not coming for anybody. We're not trying. We just want people to
It's
be
just the truth.
better.
Yeah,
We just want you to be better.
It's the truth.
It's the
That's
truth.
the problem. The problem is we be wanting to hide the truth. Like, just talk about it.
Yeah.
And if you have a difference in opinion, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
So we can both kind of understand where each other are coming from.
Right.
But at this point, nobody wants to talk about anything that betters the community.
Yeah.
For one, you're scared to talk about it because you're scared of being counseled. You're scared, people going to talk about you. But you have to discuss these things and talk about these things, because where the change going to come from, if no one talks about it, then no one realizes it's a problem. Or they may realize it's a problem, but because nobody talks about it, they feel like that nobody else cares. Or that it ain't going to change because people don't care to talk about it. Like, talk about these things. People can get what they want. You can buy all the designer, the BBLs, the wigs, the clothes, the shoes, whatever, as much as you want. But if you're buying it, like we said, was that last month? If you're buying it with the wrong motives, why are you doing it?
Yeah.
Some people, they want mommy makeovers because, they want to feel better about themselves. That's fine. But don't go out here and get this because you think that's finna get you a man.
Right.
Because he still ain't gonna kill.
Still.
Don't go out here buying designer things because you feel that puts you in a certain social class.
Yeah.
The people that still ain't gonna care about you anyway.
Still.
Like, buy things, get things, do things for yourself because you want to do it for you, because you feel that you deserve it, because you feel that it's going to better you. We put too much thought and we give too much power to perception. Perception is dangerous.
It is.
When you start wanting to be perceived a certain way, so you go out here and get in debt to get there.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
Yeah.
But it all goes back to not knowing who you are.
Right.
Because when you know that you're a royal priesthood, when you know that you were bought at a high cost, when you know that, it's nothing you can do that can separate you
Right.
from God's love, I don't care what you say.
Right.
When I know that it's nothing that man can do that can block my blessings, that can block what God has designed for me. Nothing.
Nothing.
If I never have on a designer shoe, if I wear Walmart pants, shoes, hat, whatever.
Right.
If God said abundance is my birthright, abundance is still my birthright.
Right.
Not because man don't think that I got it.
Right.
I'm still abundant.
Right.
I still walk in abundance. But that goes back to knowing who you are and whose you are. You have to know what God said about you. And you only gonna know that if you read it yourself. You only gonna know that if you get a relationship with him and allow him to download these things into you.
You deserve more in 2024. You deserve more
Okay,
for
slogan.
the rest of your life.
Oh, yes.
You deserve it. But we got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And we're going to start right here. You deserve more. Got anything else?
No, I thought you was finna take us on out. Braxton did too. I thought you would take us out.
Man.
So
Man, we thank y'all for locking in with us, man. We hope that this episode blessed your life. We hope that it changed your mindset. We hope that it sparked something inside of you.
I hope this. Why you laughing, Braxton? I hope this episode made you uncomfortable.
Yes.
Because
Yeah, we made it
only
uncomfortable.
from being uncomfortable do you spark growth. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Nah, that's good. Do something that's going to get you uncomfortable starting this week. Or whenever you see this podcast episode. right. How much time that was, Brace? You know. All right, we good.
We said we're gonna be on 38 minutes.
It just went there. Had to get it out.
On now.
All right. Man, we thank y'all for locking in with us, man. It's your boy, Jay Lee.
I'm Cortne B.
Peace.